These pictures are literally the worst thing ever to be invented by anything. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together. Something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing, though. Even though we're walking at the same pace, she never comes within arm's reach of me. That's fine. I get this a lot. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me, given how shy she is. There doesn't seem to be much help in it, at least for now, you know. It's a slow process. You gotta be patient. It's fine. She'll warm up to us eventually. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there is not much of a crowd in there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Well, Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just at the library. I was reading. So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Huh. Well, so not exactly a thorough search then. But if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class like Shizune said, right? Right. Oh, she covered her face. What the? With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. So? Give her a break. It's like I need a... I need double layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. I don't know about that. Some small talk might help her become a bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both our minds. So you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question in the first place. That much was rather obvious, after all. She doesn't seem to be the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well and be her only friend. Will be her friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible, like most people. Lily comes by the classroom, though, even when she's busy. Oh, look at her smiling. She gives a small smile as she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more. Both of us content that the discussion's reached its end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met with a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to the other. Back away! We don't want to get run over, you know? I like put my hand on her, but like push her to the railing with me, like just to dodge the people. That's what I meant. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. I could be her protection. Hey, you alright? Just keep going. Okay, the student passes us without as much as a second glance. And Hanako takes position to my side again as we enter the building, her momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. As we climb toward the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've ever known a shy person before, or even shy girls. But Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I'd call normal in her fear of other people. Okay, just again... We're going to learn. Just give it some time. If it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence while I rue her inability to socialize at all. God damn it. That fucking picture. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Well, guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That could be a good thing. Well, I feel like you can tell from the trust that she's actually not running away from us anymore. And she hid behind us when the group of kids were going down the stairs. That's just saying. Eventually, the two of us reached the door to Class 3-2, with Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me. I opened the door. Also, just to throw this out here, would it be this one? Yeah, like you can hear in the background. Let's just raise that up a little bit. Let's just... Hello? Oh, hey, way different than our classroom. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work hurriedly on their separate tasks. Going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners being made, it must be for the upcoming school festivival. Oh, no, me. I guess my first priority, did I say priority? Should be finding Lily. All right. Scanning. Oh, there she is. Finding her among the din is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her looks. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands at the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. Carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space, I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hi, Lily. It's me. She perks her head up as she breaks off talking to a noticeably smaller girl who must be her classmate, trying to listen as best she can. Sorry, who, sorry, Hisao, I have Hanako too. Hanako, do a little squeak to make sure she knows. Hi. There we go, that's the little squeak I was looking for. She's pretty skittish. Considering the number of people around, it isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other student once again. For the moment, just ask Moira, Moria, not Moira, for his advice. Kenji's busy with painting one of the banners already. A quick nod. And she bounces off, fingers carefully sliding along the wall's face for orientation. I knew he was gonna fucking bring it up, dude. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? I quickly turn around, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. And sure enough, in the corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he has to be to make out my face when I met him. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand. That's right. Class 3-2 was specifically or especially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be it must be arduous for them. Do you need a hand? Like, I could help you if you need some. Maybe Hanako could help too. Right, Hanako? A chance to set her mind on something would do her some good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods in affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief. That's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? Lord. It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Kenji? Sure. I fucking guess. She seems surprised that I know him. Can't really blame her. I take it you've met? Our rooms are in dorms right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. I saw him naked, too. He has a wonderful penis. He just fucking says that. Well, it's good to see you're getting friends so fast. Friend. Knows. I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence during the proceedings remind me of the reason I put her up to helping in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows what needs doing, right? That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. Alright. Chorusing in assent, Hanako and I begin to another trek across the classroom. We act like it's a long journey. I mean, I guess if we're trying to avoid like bumping into people. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Hey, Kenji. No answer. He continues dragging his paint-soaked brush along the large half-painted kanji that's sketched on the sheet of paper. Or, did I say sheet of... Did I sheet of paper? Why am I stupid? On the sheet in pencil. There we go. See, Brain, you can work this out, too. Kenji? Oh. Huh? What? Who is it? Who is this? Is this the way he treats class members? It's no wonder he's working on this alone. It's me, oh my god, I didn't even get... Right, I know the man. What are you doing here, though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. Isn't that most people? Like, if you don't want to be disturbed, no one wants to be disturbed while you're working. Especially on a project. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. It's like I would just forget about her. I was just going to help with the banner. Hanako and I, that is. Hello? Oh, hey, I guess that's okay. Even though the feminist agenda. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His sudden faux hospitality is slightly unsettling. Alright, women. On second thoughts, this might not have been a great idea after all. It'll be fine. We just have a... You know what? Never mind. Let's just go. Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji, noting the several paint tins on the ground around it. Class 3-2 noodle stall? You guys selling noodles on at the festival on Sunday? Yes, some stalls outside or something. Or something. His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So, how do you want to split this? We do the borders while you do the text, or do you want to switch and do the borders? Text is mine. You do borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. Oh, you see her eyes? By the time I put brush to cloth, she's already started on a delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean toward me and whisper conspiratorially, though. I fucking knew it was coming. Okay, man, why are you here? Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it. It looks like I misjudged you. You're infiltrating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover. I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is this why you're here? Obviously. It sucks. But there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, a harsh world. Yeah, very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back. Satisfied, I'm sympathetic to his cause. I better get down to work. I can't take it. I mean, I can, but finished. Looks like I am too. Good job. High five. Probably not down for that, huh? The two of us connect up the lines of our patterns, mine being as close to a copy as I can manage of hers. Sweet, at least I can copy things. With a grunt, I lever brain myself up from the floor and look around. Ooh, aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign, as well as Lily and a couple students talking amongst themselves in the classroom. Huh, is that why I was getting so quiet? Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. See? Look at this. The trust is being built. The friendship. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist. If her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burned? I'm guessing half of it. I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I mean the banner. It does, I guess. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get to Lily as we cross the room. We finished the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Hisao. Hanako. If there's any way I can thank you. It's fine. It beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, is Kenji still here? I mean, he's over there. Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, just finished. He carefully slides his sign onto an empty section of shelf to dry before quickly walking past us and out the door. See ya, man. Bye, I guess. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, guess that's everyone. That was eventful. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Indeed, the class's plans this year were ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. The stalls look nice, though. Yeah, she's right. It shows that a lot of work's gone into them. You know, it's probably going to be some of the best stalls we got. My. I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. Or should I have said, ara. Whatever. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Hisao? Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. Oh my god, why does it look so spooky out here? The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual look of lush greenery, things are much more calm. Calm? This looks frightening. I mean, we do have a bench there. Bench makes the difference. Being that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two could be seen scurrying to and from the dorms, trying to eck the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more eck. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax after a bit of the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. That wasn't even small. Tired? Still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with Shizune took me kind of off guard, though. I grit my teeth a little at the candid mention of their rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it. About that. I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways. Her voice seemed slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glanced to Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is, unsurprisingly, evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival's over in any case. The change of topics welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine. My old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this. To be frank, they were garbage. Yamaku stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions. And yet the students are the one doing all the work. What an unfair world! Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear our grumbling, except for the nurse lurking in the No. I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku's much more relaxed. I'd go away toward explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come up to the dorms, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lily, Hanako. I love you. Both. Just awkwardly leave. The two give polite nods before setting off to the women's dorms, just next to the guys. Alright, as it's to be expected of such an arrangement, there's a staff member casually patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my neck, both quite sore after working so hard on the floor for so long. Oh! Before walking into my room, not into my room, to my room. It feels good to actually have direction, though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seem almost a blessing. You know, I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out to be okay. I made it to my room. Don't have to deal with Kenji. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise, and I'm going to keep at it, you know. Besides, Emmy's bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. At least she doesn't have to. She could do all this running and not get as tired as me. She's got mechanical legs. The hell? I wish I had mechanical legs. Then I could fucking run and never get exhausted. He's just grumbling that while he's like falling asleep. But we're awake now. My morning alarm goes off and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this is my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. This is about my health after all. Sure, you know, things haven't been that great for me lately, but that hasn't made existence so intolerable that I'm not going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. You better take them pills. I hope you did. We didn't just leave without doing that. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Oh, she's gonna be here. Emmy has apparently been here for some time. It looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. When the hell does she come down here anyway? Oh, it's you. I'm surprised to see you again. Why? Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try. She frowns, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be on a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's still pretty early in the morning. A shrug, and suddenly it appears that she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought. She caught the train again. So, come on then. Let's go. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yeah. So come on. I can't beat you. It's impossible. I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Don't try to make me run as fast as you. It's not going to be possible. Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find enviable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work toward things gradually and slowly, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Now, come on, we can do it again. Will I be able to do more? Well, you go slowly. Gradually, but every day you try to do better than the last day, right? So go for it. What am I doing here? Am I really just going to fold and let Emmy pull ahead? I speed up, and just a little. Don't go fucking nuts with it now. The second lap's done quickly, and without even considering it, I keep going. Emmy looks back over her shoulder at me and grins. Still going? When I want you to think of... Oh, Jesus, out of shape. Suck it, loser. Emmy laughs without breaking her stride, no less, and speeds up even more. This is bullshit. Well, this is the way we're gonna play things. I increase my own pace as well. I said a little bit. You need to calm down. I can feel my lungs burning, and my legs are starting to question just what the hell I think I'm doing. Lactic acid screams in my muscles, but I close my ears. I can't let myself fall behind, because that would be a loss. The rational voice in my head inquires mildly just when we started playing a game. I'd answer it, but I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast. Okay, this is why I told you to just calm the fuck down and just relax, like slow pace. Well, not slow pace, but like just a little bit faster. Not like it's like a string pulling at my chest, a choking feeling of narrowness and pain. Before I think anything else, then oh shit, the track disappears from under my feet. Oh Jesus! I stumble, one hand shooting down to clutch my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Emmy whirls around and her eyes widen. Hisao! She yells at me, sprinting from the other side of the track. What's wrong? Nothing, just... Keep breathing, keep your breathing steady. Calm down, don't panic. I don't want to just... Shh. Don't panic. It's fine. Everything's fine. Do you want me to get the nurse? Oh, I close my eyes, shutting out the world. Oh, no. Oh. My heart struggles to regain its rhythm. Slowly, the pain in my chest begins to subside. Soon it's gone like nothing happened. Okay. It was nothing? No, something happened there. Just, okay. I open my eyes again and glance at the very worried Emmy. I think I'm fine. My voice sounds weird even to myself. Oddly, even, and matter of fact. It makes Emmy frown. I don't think you are. She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself. Right, you're coming with me. You gotta see the nurse. No, Emmy grabs my arm and drags me up. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse the shoulder Emmy offers for support. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed of by my own weakness. I'd really rather not have Emmy concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Hell, I'd really rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, though at this point it seems to be too late for that as well. I'd like to be able to deal with this whole thing on my own without being a bother to anyone else. Well, you never know when your heart's gonna act up either. While I'm wishing for things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place. Nurse! Emmy crashes into his office without knocking, but it doesn't alarm the nurse in the least, because he's probably used to this. Good morning, Sunshine. What's up? Sunshine. Anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug but lays it down after following Emmy's gaze to me looming in the doorway. Hisao, what brings you here? We were running, and he stumbled over, and he started grabbing at his chest, and I thought I'd cut... Oh. Hold on, I want to read that better. Hold on. And we were running, and he stumbled over, and he started grabbing at his chest, and I thought I'd come to you and get to what he waited here, and it said... There we go. That was a lot better. Easy there, Emmy. Calm down. Hisao, what happened? I don't know. We were running, and then my chest started hurting like that time before, but it went away after a few seconds. It was just a flutter or something. The nurse frowns as if to say that just a flutter is some kind of oxymoron. I didn't mean quite this when I suggested to get some exercise. You've got to be more careful, Hisao. Look, I just thought he would go a little bit extra. He wouldn't fucking try to match Emmy's speed. It's literally impossible. I was being careful. Come to think of it, I just got into a race with the member of the track team. Doesn't really seem as well reasoned as I thought it would. You just what? I was racing Emmy. Emmy, is this true? Emmy fidgets, looking adorably contrite. Finally, she can't seem to bring herself to say it out aloud and merely nods. The nurse sighs and rubs at his forehead with one hand tiredly. Emmy, you've got to be more sensitive to the limit of others. I don't know if he told you, but Hisao has a bad heart, and getting him to race you was incredibly irresponsible. I started it. The nurse is stunned by my statement. You what? Look, we were just running and Emmy started to pull away, so I, sped up to catch her. The nurse stares at the ceiling, mutters a prayer for patience to some god or another, and looks back down to the both of us. So you're both stupid. That's a comfort, I guess. Now come on, Hisao. I've got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something. Good lord, don't say that. I don't think a doctor's supposed to scare me like that. Ah! What is this in the background? Hold on. What is this? Can I get a zoom in on that? I'm trying to magnify myself. Can you guys see it? It looks like a face. It's... God damn it. I dutifully obey and follow him to the adjacent room where we ascertain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die. So, how does it feel? I don't know. Nothing much. Tired, but that might just be from the exercise. You should stay here for a few hours and rest, and we'll see how you feel after that. I'm not going to object, so I lie down on the infirmary bed. Man, I really fucked up. Like I said, I really thought he was just going to do a little speed up, not try and catch Emmy of all people. She literally can just do long, giant strides and destroy me in any race. Why would I even think I could race her? A thoroughly miserable Emmy comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. I couldn't hear what he said through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Look, I'm really, really sorry. I should have been more careful. Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault. She looks awfully down and sorry, and my reassurances don't do anything much to cheer her up. I want to make it up to you. Again, with that decisive nod. So you had to come to lunch with me. I'll bring it for you, okay? Something really, really good. Yeah, I start with a you don't have to, but then shut up and just nod at her when I see her face. Good. We meet on the roof. We? Yep, the weather's nice now, so the roof's a great spot for lunch, you know. I see. You'll come, right? You wouldn't deny me the chance to make it up to you? Of course not. Great, see you there. Alright, I stay afloat somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not out of my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed apart from my senses. I swallow with difficulty and then try to lie as still as I can, which in this state is not a very hard thing to do. The nurse is shuffling around on the other side of the curtains he drew to give me privacy. I could see his shadow shifting about in the sunlight. He has opened the window of his office. It's windy outside. I love it. The clean white curtains flutter in the breeze in a heavy, lazy motion like waves. Light sifts through them slowly, half absorbing into the fabric. I close my eyes. The breeze on my face feels like the soft fabric of the curtains. I listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on his computer and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn. Not even a week and I end up like this. I really screwed up this time. Should have known better than to play the half-baked sports star in front of a real one. And why did I try to act brave like that heart flutter was no big deal, even when it was obvious that it was. It was just a reflex to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Emmy to see it. Stupid. I have to be more careful or I'll end up in the hospital again, or even worse. The morgue. That's my final thought before I give in to tiredness. Like I said, man, I just wanted to... All I wanted, just the lights, just the extra speed boost. I fell asleep. How long? What time is it? What year is it? I'm feeling a little lightheaded and I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtain aside, I squint my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring in from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the wind did before. The nurse looks up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before. How are you feeling? I can't really tell, so I don't answer anything. Feeling kind of groggy from falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too weird. Dude, I hate when I fall asleep. Or that feeling when you fall asleep at not a normal time that you actually sleep. So then you wake up, you're like, huh? What year is it? That's how I am every time. Not that it happens often. What time is it? Me croaking the question to gain some orientation. The nurse looking at his wristwatch before answering. Things seem to be happening in slow motion. 10:15. I try to think for a moment what that really means. I'm not really sure. Are you serious? You didn't answer my question, Hisao. Oh, fine. Climb down from that bed then, and let's see how you're doing. Don't. Ooh. I try to do exactly that, only to sway dizzily when I move too fast. The nurse moves to support me by an arm and sighs. Stand up too quickly is what I was going to say. Just sit there and I'll check your pressure to make sure. My good intention sure lasted for a long time. I shut up, embarrassed with myself, while the nurse gets busy with an old-fashioned contraption in my arm. After a couple minutes, he puts it away, looking neither pleased nor unhappy. You're all right. Head stopped spinning? Yeah. Good. And how are the contents doing? You didn't show very good judgment out there, Hisao. I swallowed the retort I was going to make. It's what I was thinking myself, but hearing it stated by somebody else makes me want to protest. What he's saying is not pleasant to hear. Doesn't make him any less right. No, sir. He nods, still looking as neutral as he was before. It would be easy to be angry at him if he said, I told you so or something, but he doesn't. I told you so. Why would a nurse/doctor say that? I can try and help you keep your health, but ultimately the last call lies with you. Hopefully this little episode will be something that'll remind you of that. Here's a note for your teacher to avoid an interrogation. I take the slip of paper he's offering and then make my leave, as I can't think of anything else to say, nor even really want to. Stay out of trouble, you hear me? I don't think it was anything but a scare, but next time could be different. I hear ya. God damn it. Why did I do this? I should have just picked the other one. Should have just took it easy. Well, at least we learned that lesson to just take it easy and get exercise, but don't do super crazy shit. There is some way to get to the school building straight from the auxiliary building, but I'm not keen to find out and possibly get lost. So I go out from the exit that I know works. I stop at the stairs of the auxiliary building, deliberating for a moment between going to the dorms to get my books and stuff and going straight away to class. The sun stings my eyes, so I head towards the dorms. Might as well just get my shit. The halls are quiet as the courtyard was. Naturally, so since everyone's in class, I knock lightly on the door of 3-3 and push open the door when Muto calls from the other side. Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turn to me. What? Good morning, Nakai. Muto seems to be somewhat confounded by my coming in late, as if I interrupted his flow or something. Judging from the rambling lectures his classes tend to be, that might be the case. I pass him the note the nurse gave me. Muto takes it with a nod and reads it quickly. He lifts his eyebrows and gives me some kind of stern look, but doesn't say anything, just nods solemnly again. I shrug and he gestures at me to run along, as so I naturally do. All right. The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of school, except for that little incident. I've even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overly attentive. The first days, I was pretty high-strung in class. That's how it is when you even get a first job too, or start a job. Muto finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues without a pause about the festival. So, as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time, but also come Sunday, please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds. Games and fried food! You're damn right! Everyone bursts out in laughter, and so do I. Oh, the laughter hurts my heart! Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what I meant, the reminder of his sentence is buried beneath the ring of the lunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Muto deliberates for a moment, but since nobody else seems to be paying attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. What? Oh my god. At least you guys are obscuring the picture for me. It's crowded in the hallway, or as crowded as hallways in this school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Normally I'd join the flow and grab lunch myself, but today's different. Today I've been invited to lunch on the roof. An odd location to be sure, but that's where I was told to go. Fortunately, I managed to find shelter from the storm in the lee of the classroom door. No, get it away! Eventually, the torrent subsides, and I step tentatively out into the hallway, only to be met by Emmy, who comes flouncing down the hallway like a cannonball. Just fucking knocks into me, sends me flying across the wall. Heart explodes. Game over. Jesus Christ. Hi, Hisao. Oh, God, spit in my mouth. Don't spit. Fuck, great timing. I have a super extra lunch today, as promised. Let's go upstairs. Super extra lunch. Ooh, lunch with Emmy, though. That sounds like a good breaking point, doesn't it? Wait, if I didn't have this, would I not have gone to lunch with Emmy? Am I just getting more Emmy time? Is that literally what this is? Because we spend most time morst. Dude, by the way, if I'm a little incoherent, If I've been fucking up so much in this reading, it's because I literally just woke up and I'm like, I feel like recording right now. So that's why if I'm like all over the place. But we spent a lot of time with every other character. Emmy, well, actually, yeah, except Rin, I suppose. I think Emmy's the one we spent the least amount of time with. So I'm down for more time with more characters, but I hope I'm not locked into sort of anything at the moment, because I like to get to know I like to spend a long time getting to know the characters, and then boom, then that's when I'm like, yeah. But I'm answering how I would normally, so that's a thing.